And we have how history just repeats itself, and then and we have to understand, our history. Because if you don't know how that word "boss" was used back in the day, you won't understand what I'm saying. Do your research.
That's right.
Do your research on what I'm saying. This kind
right.
of think about a radio. Do your research, and then now get back with me and say, "Oh, I know what you're saying now, Shelton. I see what you're saying
That's right.
about that word "boss" now."
And just like you was talking about, like going back again to the crab in the bucket, all this stuff is psychological, so we don't get physically whipped anymore. Psychological, physically we look like each other, but we separated in how we think and we act. And I was telling somebody this before. I was like, this young guy, he was cutting my hair. And he said he never really did no traveling. And I was just speaking. I say, black people not the same everywhere. I'm talking about the United States. The swag is different. People think different. So don't think that all of us are the same. We look alike, but we don't think and act the same way. You know what I mean? So you got to know the difference. But it's sad, bro. I just want to be a good human being. You know what I mean? I don't need all those different titles and all that. But it's sad to see the human being in this state like this, or her in this state, because, for you to put all that energy into not want somebody to get out this bucket, you know what I mean, and not want them to progress, when you can really be putting that energy into yourself, that's really like, that's a sadness, bro. That you focus all your energy on tearing down somebody who does look like you and catching the same type of hell.
But it's so easy to tear down, man. I mean, you think about it. You walk up on a conversation, just say you're in the oil field, right? You walk up on a conversation with some brothers talking about something negative, right? You probably have, about 10 or 15 people chime in. Let you start talking about something positive. Let you start turning the tide. Start talking about someone home there. Watch them. One by one, they're going to start walking away. They're going to start walking away because they don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that positivity stuff. I don't want to hear all that stuff. Life is what it is. No, it's all about perspective.
Yeah.
It's all about how you see it. It's all about which crab are you. Because you may escape. You may, they do pull you down. But guess what? You may be out of arm's reach where they just can't reach you. Because see, a crab leg's only so long. It's only so long. So you can only get you can only get so far. They can only reach so far.
Man. Hey, Shelton, and this is a prime example. The brother, they call it job shaming. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the one from the Cosby Show.
And what some people may not know, the woman who shamed him, the one who did that was a black woman. And this tying into what we're saying. She tried to get a laugh off of it. You know what I mean? Is what they're saying. Oh, look, girl, he's working on cotton shop here second groceries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of looking at or saying, dang, I wonder how that man fell from grace. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you could have got some wisdom or whatever. But that man still was trying to, but see, what she meant for him ended up becoming a blessing because Tyler Perry reached out for him and people were saying so many positive things. You see what I'm saying? About his situation, that man working. Now, who is looking foolish? The one who posted it. You see what I'm saying? So you meant something for him, but it ended up becoming a blessing. But the sad part, you talking about this guy, right? But you might have just came and passed somebody else selling drugs, and you know what I'm saying, to your neighborhood and turn it down. You know what I mean? You might got somebody in her family like that. And, you applaud that. You applaud whoever he is. We applaud hustlers who tear down our community. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the crazy part. But what you mean for bad, God can turn it into something good.
All the time, man. All the time, man. So again, don't focus on the hater. Don't focus on the negativity. Don't focus on those that are trying to pull you down. Stay in your lane and drive the speed that you need to drive.
And that man never said nothing negative at all about her. And see, going back again, kind of what we were saying, Sheldon, and that's why I try to steer clear of that type of stuff. I don't really be talking about people hating. I've heard a lot of stuff, man. And I'm aware, but at the end of the day, I don't really care. You know what I mean? Because I don't focus on other people like that. if some story is something that I try to learn from, you know. And, you know, we might be discussing a certain thing, but to sit up and just let that fester in you, bro, and wish harm and ill will on people, man, bro, you gotta, that stuff affects your inside. You know,
It says more about you, though. I mean, it says more about you, though, man, when you see someone and you hating on their success, because you don't know what they're doing to hold on to that. You don't know what they did to get that. All you want to do is put your time on saying, yeah, they don't deserve that. They ought to do this. That ought to be me. That ought to be that. You know, you always see somebody, man, that's happy, or like somebody in a relationship, right? Say you with a young lady, right? And y'all in love or whatever the case is, and then you mess up and the relationship fall apart because you decide to do something to mess it all up. Now you see it with somebody else. Hey, what she with him for? You know what I'm talking about, though? He ain't no good for her. You know what I mean, though? I can't, what she did. What you gonna do? Expect her to mess around and hang out and wait for you to decide that you gonna straighten your act up and get mad? Now you're hating on the next man. Or you have somebody in the relationship, right? You know, though, my baby mama, I got this baby, right? You know what I mean, though? Now the baby, they broke up. Now you calling 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Let me speak to my baby. Let me speak to my child. Better not be no other man around my child. Man, hush. You did what I'm saying? Yeah. You mad. Now, rather than, again, crab in the bucket. Now, rather than be appreciative of the fact that, you know what, she went through a traumatic situation with you and she was able to bounce back and give herself enough opportunity to love again and have somebody that care about her. Now, this person come in being 10 times better of a father than you were to your own biological child, and you got the nerve to hate. You got a nerve to be bad and mad and upset about that. You see what I'm saying? That makes no sense to me, because now who wins in that situation? What are you mad for? Are you mad because she moved on? Are you mad because you messed up and you messed up a good thing? Now she a good woman to somebody else, or even vice versa. Now he a good man to somebody else. Now you mad, and you mad at this woman, and every time you see her, look at this old B, look at this old heifer. What are you talking about? Why she got to be all them names? You had your chance. You blew it. You blew it. You messed it up. Now you on some crab in the bucket mentality, hating on this lady. And then you got a bunch of your partners around hating on her collectively as well, because you done painted an image of this lady that she ain't about la-di-da and may be the best person in the world for your ex-boyfriend, your ex-husband, or whatever, because see, they're an ex for a reason. You understand? Right. So to me, man, we have to stop that. We have to stop that kind of mentality rather than be grateful that they have someone good in their life now that's going to appreciate them for the person that they are, the person you should have appreciated them for, but for whatever reason you didn't. But that's okay, because they didn't stop living life because they stopped living it with you.
That's right.
Bottom line, man. Bottom line.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Let the church say amen. You did.
Right.
I mean, for real, man. And you seen it, bro. You know, I mean, I've been a part of it. You understand what I mean? So we already know what time it is when it comes to those kind of situations. Now you mad and you upset. You still mad? It's been 10 years.
Exactly.
What you mad for? You still mad. You still upset. You know, rather than changing and improving your life, your way of thinking, your way of doing things, you're still doing the same thing you've been doing. And you mad because somebody had the nerve to be happy without your miserable self, without beating them down mentally and physically. People not going to just sit around and wait for you to decide to be a better person, you know, because because again, you get one life. This thing is, I mean, it's already September, bro. It's finna be October, November. Next thing you know, Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year, everybody. 2019. What have you done with your 2018? What have you done with the life you've been given? If it's been a bunch of time hating and pulling your brother and your sister down, then you wasting a lot of your time, because it takes so much energy to be negative. What you wasting your time on?
It takes a lot of energy. They say it takes more balls in your face to frown and to smile, you know what I mean? And it's going back to what you said, bro. Like, again, you know, you didn't cherish, you didn't value this relationship. Was this a friendship? Was this, a relationship, you and your spouse? And then you see somebody else and they're still happy. See, that's what kills people, though. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people think they make people. Oh, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be on this level and all this here and then the other. And they think that, the threat is if I remove myself from this relationship, you ain't gonna find nobody better than me, and then you go on and you be successful without them. Because I'm a firm believer that God's gonna give you something better if you're doing what's right. God's gonna always give you something better, and that goes for the woman or man, or yes, your homeboy. Cause see, some friendships end, especially with business, and you outgrow people, and people say, "Well, Shelton, you change. You're supposed to change." Especially you get older and you're doing good, but not change in a bad way. But that's what they really saying. You change. You're not the same. Things are going to change you.
Growth.
You feel me?
Yes, sir.
But because you're not growing and you still want to go to the club every weekend that we used to do in our 20s, and you 40, you know what I'm saying, and you still want to do that, hey, I'm not mad at you. But don't be mad at me because I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Or Sheldon don't want to do that. Or we don't want to be players. You might have been a player when you was younger, playing women and stuff, but then they say, better, you're supposed to do better. And you put away childish things. So don't be mad at us brothers, and like you say, you trying to talk positive, like, hey man, be true to your lady. You know what I mean? That ain't cool. And you go, oh man, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna hear some hate and some flack behind that with guys who encouraging that. But again, it's the crab in the bucket mentality we talking about. People hating on other people and just don't want to see people happy.
Hating on happiness. What happiness do to you? What did happiness do to you? What you gotta hate on happiness for? That don't make no sense. They that happy. Ain't nobody that much love. Ain't nobody got that much love. Ain't nobody that happy all the time. Man, I used to have people tell me that all the time, man. I used to get like messages on Facebook sometimes. Ain't nobody positive like that all the time. Why you so positive all the time, man? You can't be that positive. You can't be that all the time. I'm like, man, look, it's all about perspective. Am I saying everything is perfect in my life? No. But I'm thanking God for another day that I have to encourage and not be discouraged and fix whatever I need to fix from the day before. Make better decisions. Make better ways of thinking. But at the same time, I'm still here. And so I can walk around all downtrodden and shoulders all slumped and head all hanging all down. But what's that going to do? What's that going to do? What's that going to do? Now, I refuse. Again, keep on pushing because there's enough that push against you. What you got in you. What do you have in you that's going to push back? Or you done let all these crabs pull you down. You done let all this negativity pull you down. You done let all this hate pull you down to where now you don't even want to wake up. How you wake up mad? You wake up upset. Right. You wake up angry. You wake up aggravated because, these folk going to do this again. These old haters at this job. This old that. Change the situation. Change the circumstance. You dig what I'm saying? You find something else to do then. If you're going to do something, if you hate where you are, update your resume. If you hate where you live, then get your credit weight up to go get ready to move. If you hate your financial situation, stack your chips, quit spending more than what you make. You understand? That's right. So at the end of the day, man, live the best life that you have to live because it's your life. It ain't nobody else's life.
And if you can't stand the person you're in a relationship with, you need to do something different. I mean, this is a true story too, Sheldon. I always tell you stories. I met this girl one time, bro, in the past, and I was attracted to her, so I was trying to talk to her. And I was like, are you single? And she was like, no, I got a headache at home. Bro, I tried not to laugh. She calls the guy a headache. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you calling him a headache, you still with him. You see what I'm saying?
You must be taking some medicine.
He doing something right, but you see, but in my mind, I thought about, what I really thought about. Also, I was like, I wonder how would he feel if she if he knew that she was telling some strange man that, and this going back to this type of stuff we be talking about, man.